Flint?
Well, it was Friday, and I looked at the envelope, and it looked like another shut-off notice, which we had dealt with, and we said, we're just going to let them shut off our poison, and we'll just figure out a way to live on bottled water. But when I opened it and saw that it was a tax lien, I got scared, and I felt helpless for one of the first times, I believe, since this whole crisis began.
How much does the city say you owe?
The letter says that I owe $2,057, but I need to pay $891 by May 19th, which at that time was about 3 weeks away. And so, of course, the first thing I did was start thinking, okay, if we have to pay it, what do we not pay? And I said, okay, I guess we don't pay our mortgage payment for May. I guess we're not going to pay our car payment. Our oldest is graduating high school in 2 weeks, and we're supposed to buy him a new suit. And, I mean, he's earned it, and it's a suit. So I guess we're going to go to Goodwill instead. And so that's just what ran through my mind. I said, shut-offs, that's one thing. But losing our home, we can't do that.
And that's what they're saying might happen. This is a tax lien out for your unpaid water bill. Is that right?
Yes. Our home could go into tax foreclosure, and we could lose it.
How many people are in the same situation?
8,000. 8,000. And we have 100,000 people in Flint, half of which are renters. So this is a large bulk of the property owners in Flint.
Why do you say that you'd rather just turn it off? Because when we talked with you, when we spoke with you before, you told us how abysmal the water is, and you have talked about that before. Is that an option, just having them turn it off completely?
You can't have it shut off completely because they could cap your sewer and condemn your home, so you would still be stuck paying the sewer fee. But we got to the point where, we'll figure it out. We will find another way. We'll set up rain barrels, whatever we have to do, because all of our water tests are coming back bad. And earlier this year, my youngest and I both went through bacterial upper respiratory infections, and we have high levels of bacteria coming into our showers. So, we're looking at, we have the metals, we have the cancer-causing byproducts, we've got chloroform, and the shower water burns, and that's with 2 shower head filters rigged up.
The city of Flint says that lead levels have fallen to safe levels in recent months, especially when you use filters, and they say they're only charging residents since it was deemed safe to drink. So what evidence do you have that your water is still contaminated?
We've continued to test our water, and that's not accurate. The city, we never stopped receiving bills. We received bills this entire time, and the water is still not safe. It's below the federal action level. It's below 15 parts per billion, but that's only for the homes that they've tested and during the cold. And everybody knows that when you test in the wintertime, all the contaminants are lower. But my neighbors, their lead levels are going higher, and so are ours. So, and again, we're relying on the state of Michigan, the ones who poisoned us and lied about it, and they're testing. So no, our water's not safe because that would mean everyone is testing at 0 parts per billion. That's the only safe level. And that's only for lead. They're refusing to test for bacteria, so we've had to go to outside sources to actually be able to test for all the contaminants in the water. Because even if lead reduces, that's still not enough. So we have a lot of different bacterial outbreaks that they're not even looking at. They'll put up a notice saying take precautions, but they're not taking that into the safety of the water overall. So until our water tests completely 0 for all these different dangerous contaminants, it's in no way, shape, or form safe. And again, we still cannot drink the water without a filter. And then you turn around and look at that, and the Wayne State University studies prove that the tap filters actually grow bacteria. So there are people that almost died from dysentery over the summer because of these bacterial outbreaks.
You and your family, I know since we've spoken with you before, you've been through a lot with this water. It's intense stuff for you.
Watching the show, and I just laughed at the wrong time. I mean, it's a pretty funny show, and I think some rice went down my airway, and I started coughing and choking and laughing at the same time, and sort of ran out of the lounge room, sort of betrayed by my wicked sense of humour, I guess. And I think I hit the wall, and then hit the kitchen island like a granite top,
God.
And next thing I know, my wife comes in thinking that she's sort of going to have to do the Heimlich manoeuvre. And I was on the floor. I think I was knocked out for like a second or so, and had blood everywhere. And she sort of had to take me up to the hospital. And we were both. I was in a lot of pain, but laughing as well about what had happened.
What injuries have you actually sustained? Because you very kindly shared a photo of yourself looking quite battered. Did you have to get stitches?
Yeah, 3 stitches in the chin and they in the cheekbone. It didn't smash the cheekbone, and thankfully my eye was okay because I couldn't see for a while, but it was just blood in my eye. And they had to sort of glue up my nose. They didn't stitch it, but it was, and obviously quite embarrassed as well.
Well, the highest compliment to the writers of this TV series, Veep. But you have had reaction from the cast and crew, haven't you?
I hate to say it's my political highlight, but I do feel like just dropping a microphone and walking away after Julia Louis-Dreyfus responded to my tweet and sort of wished me well and that I was okay. Like it was for Elaine from Seinfeld to actually respond. I was like, oh my goodness. But it was they were very lovely.
That's Australian MP Graham Parrott speaking to BBC Radio 5 Live host Emma Barnett today. He was explaining how watching Veep, HBO's U.S. political satire, recently left him in stitches.